This is one of those I'm not sure if I've done before or not. I don't think I have. This was a horrible movie. Ugh. This was such a horrible movie that offended me. Every level, and it's just every definition of bad, and in like the worst way. And man, this is an awful one. I mean, this was a horrible movie. I just couldn't stand. It was just boring. It also was annoying. It's over the top. It was just, oh boy. What we're going to talk about is, of course, X-Men Origins Wolverine. The worst X-Men film in the series. And will always be the worst X-Men film in the series. This was a horrible movie. I couldn't stand it. I mean, it was a horrible movie. I could not stand it. I hate... Excuse me. I hate this movie. I couldn't stand watching it. It was confusing. It was... I mean, I hated watching the movie. I hated watching this movie. It was so dumb. It was just a big misfire that deserves to be microwaved in the oven. Sorry about that. I'm just getting tired. I'm tired of movies like this. Movies that don't even seem to try. They're just there to be there for the sake of being there. I'm sick of those type of movies. It is over. I'm sick of those type of movies. Hollywood, what's wrong with you? It was just terrible. I really didn't like it. Look, the other X-Men movies were good. I'm serious. The other X-Men movies were actually worthwhile. While this disgrace, first and second ones can do well, stay and be good in theater. And stay watched. While X-Men Origins Wolverine can go burn in hell. This movie can go burn in hell. It is the dumbest movie almost ever filmed. It is one of the dumbest superhero movies ever. Probably next to Ghost Rider, which was an awful movie. The first one was pretty bad, but this movie was just... what happened? It's one of the worst movies ever. It doesn't even feel like an X-Men movie. It feels like something completely different. It wasn't X-Men. It was just typical PG-13 superhero flick, and it had nothing special going on. The villains were... you didn't care for the villains. They just felt like they were there because... and all the humor feels like it's forced, and just none of the acting really feels like... and the effects are cheesy as hell. The effects and the action in it, some of them are silly, overused, silly, dumb. It was just... the fire in this movie is just... it doesn't even look like fire. The main villain in this movie is freaking awful. The villains in this movie are awful. There is nobody interesting. Even semi-interesting in that movie. Nobody. Thumbs down to everybody who made that movie. Horrible, horrible movie. But something I really could not forgive about this movie was... Why? Why do people have to make this type of stuff? Why have to make this in Hollywood? What's wrong with the Republic? What's wrong with everybody like this? I mean, what's wrong with Hollywood? Hollywood's all screwed up due to this stupid movie. Action is all screwed up now, and people like the action, the slow motion, going like Oh man, it was cool when the first time it happened, but like the a million times after that, it's just like, stop doing that. Nobody cares about that. Like in Total Recall remake, 2012 remake, they did it in that film. They did that type because that film also had that type of action. So did this movie. Oh my god, I'm going to give this movie an F. It can just stay as far as it can away from me. This movie can stay away from me, and this movie needs to stay away from me, and I don't ever want to watch it ever again. It is an unwatchable piece of absolute hoary garbage. I mean, this movie is just every word beyond awful. I mean, it was just... I have no words to explain how awful this movie was. It was just everything. The direction was a mess. You can tell what's going on, and the screenplay feels like it was written by a bunch of preschoolers. And it's just, yeah, now the action feels even semi-real. I mean, seriously, skip this movie. Skip it. Do not see this movie. Please, I'm begging you. You will hate your life, and you'll want to die afterwards. That's why I'm giving this movie an F. It is a horrible, horrible, horrible movie. It is a horrible movie, man. Who wrote this piece of garbage? None of it felt none of it felt interesting. It just felt like a clone of this boring action style with zero heartfelt moments and just a dumb script. Please do not see this movie. You'll hate your life after seeing it, and you'll want to die afterwards. Yeah, do not see it. See you guys later. Okay, bye. That movie was horrible. Ugh.